What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things box. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all so you get notified of all the latest content on this channel as and when it drops. Without further ado, let's get into this one. So a little bit more news for you is that we're going to have what looks like they're in talks for Jaime Munguia versus Danny Jacobs. And this fight is to be fought at a catch weight, and this catch weight is going to be somewhere in the region between 164 pounds and 168 pounds, so maybe 166 or something like that, or 65. I've heard rumors of it being 164, but as far as I know, they're still kind of talking and trying to negotiate exactly where this catch weight will be. What we do know at this moment is that it is going to be above 164 pounds. Now, as far as it goes, Danny Jacobs, he came over here to England. In my view, he got jobbed on the scorecards. He boxed very well against John Ryder in Alexandra Palace over here. He did deserve the decision. It was one of those fights where he boxed well in the beginning, he swept. I think he might have swept the first 6 or 7, and then he sort of dropped off. I think he gassed a little bit towards the end of that fight, and John Ryder had kind of a good, the better finish of the two. So he didn't look too good in his last fight, I'd say, Danny Jacobs. Munguia, yeah, he looks like a good prospect. He's a relentless fighter. He's a pressure fighter. He breaks his opponents down eventually, and he's one of those guys that is a volume puncher. He's trained by Eric Morales, and Morales, you can see he's making some refinements in Jaime Munguia's game. He's making him a little bit more technical. Punch delivery is getting a little bit better. You can see he's a young guy and he's improving bit by bit. He's a strong kid. I would say shocked me a bit, but in this day and age it's not that shocking. But he did have the opportunity actually to fight for the WBO title at middleweight 160 versus Demetrius Andrade. But he swerved Andrade. He didn't take that fight, which is it's one of them where I find a little bit disappointing, because that's a good opportunity for a world title. But I suppose they don't want the awkward southpaw style of Demetrius Andrade to to bother the prospects there. So we may get this fight. It looks like talks are getting on, and but I think in terms of an outcome, of a winner, I reckon you're definitely looking at a Jaime Munguia win here. And I agree with, I think it was G-Man Boxing was saying that, it could be the first person to stop Danny Jacobs. And I think, that's definitely a possibility, because Jacobs has been a very good servant of boxing. He done so well against Triple G years ago. He done so well. I actually thought he won against Triple G. He got very unlucky not to get the decision. But against John Ryder, although I thought he won that fight, he did seem to gas, and he did seem to be a little bit on the slide. And I think for that reason, you've got the young guy in Jaime Munguia, who is very energetic. He throws a good variety of shots. He's not really a big puncher. He's more of a wears you down type of fighter who will keep putting it on you round after round after round. He'll keep putting the pressure on you until you break. And I think that sort of style at this stage of Danny Jacobs' career will probably just be a little bit too much. So I'd back. If this fight does happen at the catch weight, I reckon you're going to have Jaime Munguia overwhelming Danny Jacobs and probably stopping him in the later rounds, because I saw quite a bit of vulnerability in Danny Jacobs, and You know, but I reckon if this was the Danny Jacobs of back in the days, years ago, perhaps when he fought Canelo, and especially when he fought Triple G, if it was that version back there, I'd back Danny Jacobs to win. But I think he's diminished now, and he's dropped off the pace a bit. He's an older fighter now, whereas Munguia is a young, fresh fighter. He's a pressure fighter, and I think his style is going to be a nightmare for a guy like Danny Jacobs at this stage of his career. I don't think he's going to have the energies and the stamina to keep up with a guy like Munguia, and I reckon Munguia just overwhelms him. And at some point, maybe around the 10th round, I reckon Munguia stops him. So let me know your thoughts on this fight. Do you think Danny Jacobs has any chance of winning, or do you, like me, reckon it will be a stoppage for Jaime Munguia? What do you think about this catchweight fight between Jaime Munguia and Danny Jacobs? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out.